Are we going down, we're coming up?
Ready to
Yeah.
go?
Okay, start with pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, reading of the previous minutes.
The Springpoint Woodbury Multitownship Board met at the Springpoint Townhouse on November 5th, 2019 at 6 p.m. The purpose of this meeting was to approve the tentative budget for fiscal year 2020. The first order of business was to approve the previous meeting minutes read by Hillary. Deb moved, seconded by Steve, to approve the minutes as read. Motion carried. Review and discuss 2020 multi-township tentative budget on the agenda. The board discussed and made the tentative budget for 2020. Discussion arose about what Cumberland County would charge for assessing the townships if no individuals are interested in contracting. Deb stated she would check with the assessing office to find out a number. She will let the board know at the next meeting. After discussion, Steve moved, seconded by Deb, to approve the 2020 multi-township tentative budget. The tentative budget will be held on display for 30 days for public inspection. Also, with discussed multi-township assessor on the agenda, Steve brought up that the contract with Ashley Keach is up for the year. Ashley was unable to attend the meeting this night. The board is not sure if she is interested in recontracting for 2020. Deb stated she had a problem with her assessing and was not interested in recontracting with her. In public comments, Jason Livingston stated the idea to advertise the position of the assessor in the Toledo Democrat newspaper. Todd Beard stated the same about putting the position in the local newspaper. Billy, a representative from the Toledo Democrat, stated she would go ahead and put it in the paper. Both townships agreed they would spread the word to see if anyone was qualified and interested. There being no further business or public comments come before the board, Deb moved, seconded by Steve, to adjourn the meeting at 6:47 p.m. Motion carried.
Is there any additions, corrections? Need a motion to approve the minutes?
Approved.
Yeah. It's all set. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay. You should have.
Steve, real quick, before we get into that,
Sure.
I didn't know if we want to move down to intergovernmental agreement and public comments in case any of these,
Yes.
Mackenzie or anybody needs
Yes.
to leave.
Okay. We let Mackenzie talk. Okay. You're on.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. I spoke to Aaron. He had called and asked me, about Ashley doing the assessing for us. I said we didn't have any issues. She did what we asked of her, brought the stuff in a timely manner. I spoke with Deb, and I told her that I didn't know if it was possible to just hire I didn't know if you had to have someone qualified since Ashley's not doing the valuing. It's more of a data collecting. I don't know if the township can hire a part-time person that does data collecting. I don't know if, as far as that goes, what the options are per statute. I know Aaron and I spoke about that. But as far as Ashley, like I said, she did everything we asked of her. And as far as our office goes, if an assessor does it or we do it, it doesn't make a difference to us,
Okay.
as long as it gets done.
So I actually did a fine job.
Yep.
No
Like I
issue
said,
whatsoever.
she did all the parcels that we gave her and asked from her, and like I said, brought everything back in a timely manner, so we didn't have any issues.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so Aaron, did you know if there's legality, do we have to have a,
The only way that we could hire a person to just go out and do the measuring is if they work under somebody else's certificate. Lois Dryden used to have McGinnis work under her certificate, and she did that up until Lois no longer ran. And then the multi-township, I think it was 08, paid for the training for Amy to go and get qualified.
Elizabeth?
Or that's what I mean.
yeah,
Elizabeth, not me.
yeah, McGinnis.
But yeah, so if they're working under somebody's certificate, but either way, it's underneath a certificate.
Well, I don't know if Ashley is in interested in doing it going forward or not, so I don't know.
I am not interested in doing it going
Okay.
forward,
Okay.
because of having to start 3 months late and still turning in 147 parcels,
Okay.
which I think is more than was on record for whenever I was assessor to be turned in one setting.
So you did a lot.
Yes, and then with the backlash, people saying that I didn't do the work myself, I was out there every day knocking on every door. I have proof on my phone, which every picture that was taken is on my phone. It has my phone's signature on each picture. So there is no way that anybody can say that it was not me. Yes, I wore a baseball hat and a chances are sweatshirt and my cowboy boots. If somebody can't recognize me for that, then that's not my problem.
Yeah.
But I literally got out of every vehicle, knocked on every door, spoke to every person that I went up to that was home. Mahaley would get out of the car if she felt comfortable. Some people had German Shepherds, so she did not get out of the car.
Yeah.
If there was a scary dog, she did not get out of the car.
That's understandable, yeah.
But if anybody wants to see proof of what pictures were taken or anything like that, Kenzie's got them also, and they have a phone, like login number on them,
Mhm.
and that phone number
So
matches my
Ashley
phone.
emailed, or sent us all of everything that
Yeah,
came
they came straight
through,
from my
and not
phone.
from anybody else, yeah.
So
And
you
we
have
can click on them.
validation of that.
Yep. You
that
can click
visit.
on them and see the detail, and the detail has the phone signature, and that phone signature says Samsung 950U or something like that. And I have proof that that is my phone that took those
So you have
pictures.
validation of every
Every picture that was ever
147
taken.
stops, or whatever you had there, yeah.
Yep, unless there was
Okay.
no change. Some
Right,
people
right,
didn't
if
have
there was
change.
no change, there's no point in having
Yeah,
it.
there was a house I went to that I walked up,
Mhm.
and I told them that what Kenzie had given me said there was new concrete. And I looked around and I said, I don't see any concrete, so I don't see any change. I
Mhm.
wrote no change on the paper, and I turned that back into Kenzie's office.
And that happens a lot, because from the air, it's, you can't
Right,
always
right.
tell exactly
And
what
that's
it
when
is.
you gotta send
When you
people on
go
foot to
it's-
validate.
If
Yeah.
somebody gets new rock or
Yeah.
something like that that's poured
Yeah.
in, it looks
Mhm.
brighter, it looks
Right.
like something new.
Yeah,
You
that's
never
understandable.
So,
Now, Mackenzie, if she doesn't take the job, do you appoint somebody or what do you do?
Our office will just do it.
Your office
Yeah, our
will just
field,
handle
our
it?
field agent.
Okay.
Now, money wise, will it change what we're paying her?
No,
It'll stay the same, whatever
The
we
same
pay
amount,
her, the same amount, no
Yeah.
matter.
Okay.
whatever it was prior, $45.
$4,500 is
Yes.
what we pay.
So
Okay.
it will not change?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I just was curious why we were talking, since you said no, I just wanted to make sure that you would handle it.
no, I do not want the banter or the backlash that I received, and I think it was inappropriate, and therefore I'm not even going to consider being part of this township again.
Last
Even
month there
though
was
I
some
did-
conversation about having to be trained, and now you're saying you don't have to be trained.
As long as somebody with a certificate signs off on everything.
You have to,
So it's
you have to
Well,
be
that's what's
under
been
her.
done.
Right, it's either have.
If I did it, I would have to have her sign off.
Yeah.
And
So
I know
say
what
I
that
went-
means, yes.
And that's what she said. If you have to have a
That's not what we said
certificate.
last month. Last month said that we had to be trained, and they would pay to have that, they would reimburse the person that had to be paid.
Yeah.
That was if
Exactly.
someone was interested
If they have
in,
the interest, if
Yes.
there's somebody that has the
If
interest.
she's not going to do it, then there might be an interest,
Right, and that's why they're putting a thing in the paper to see if anybody.
But
which was supposed to be.
Mackenzie, would that be you that that person would have to come to have sign off? So if we put that in the paper and there was somebody that came forward, would you sign off it, or does it still have to be you?
No, it would not be me, I wouldn't have no.
She
she's
wouldn't be
not under
involved.
contract.
So you would have to
Ashley would
sign
no longer be
off.
under contract.
I
when
I
she come
think the
back.
way that I read the thing today, if you hire someone to send to training, you hire them as a part-time employee through the township, and then under that, they can go get their training as their.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah, and the
I didn't bring that with me, so
Yeah, and the
I read
only-
it today.
Yeah, and the only thing is Kenzie would have to feel comfortable to sign off on their work too.
Sure,
Yeah,
exactly.
which, and it's not since they're not valuing anything, you know, it's just
It
measurements.
still
of
comes back
photos.
to you to make the
But
evaluation.
you're saying that
So
there
they're a
was
data
a
collector, but
training.
not an assessor.
It's a, yeah,
So
it's
they
a,
don't get hired as an assessor.
it's a,
It
yeah, it's just a
depends on what
data
the, it
collector.
depends on what the county has asked for them to do.
Yeah,
Well, you were
But we're
saying,
hiring them, not the county.
yeah, you were looking to
So
hire
it would
someone
be
as
what?
an assessor.
Yes.
So if you
Yeah.
want them to value everything, then they can
And that's
possibly
what
do
we
that.
hired.
Yeah.
did you value?
I didn't have to, I was told to just collect the data that she would
So
value.
you were that collector, you weren't an assessor.
I did what I was told to do. I can only go out and get the stuff that I'm asked to do. And the county is the one that hands down the information of what they need collected and what they need
Yeah.
done.
And really,
And if
it's
she
easier
wants-
for us to just value
Yeah.
everything that way.
And that's
All
how,
of the townships are.
that's
the
how it's
same.
been done for years. And there's
Yeah.
not one
I don't
assessor in
think any of
Cumberland
the
County,
assessors value.
or in Jasper County, or in Clark County,
Yeah.
that actually values anything.
So if something gets valued, you have to have somebody that has a certificate.
Yes.
If it's not valued, you don't. Correct?
You cannot
I'm not
contract somebody that, you still have to, no matter what they're doing, if you contract them or appoint them, they have to have their certificate.
Yeah, they can't be
Even if they
contracted or
just
appointed
collect
as
data.
an assessor. It would have to be a different position.
But what it was I think years ago, is the assessors were valuing something, and then the county assessor would value something, and there'd be a lot of argument.
Differential on the assessment.
Yes, and so what it was the county assessor said, well, you guys have different equipment than we do to value, and we have to value the whole county the same, so you just give us the data and we'll just do one value. There's never
Yeah.
been two values in Cumberland County that I know of.
So it sounds like it's no advantage for us to really have, and I think that's what you guys are implying, think, that we don't need an assessor really, we just need,
Yeah.
since they're not actually
You just
assessing.
need to reevaluate the contract every year unless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what it sounds like.
If the county could send someone out to be a collector, there would be.
No, they would just.
Right.
There would be no reason to have an
They would
assessor.
just pay them the $4,500.
Yeah.
Either way, you have to pay the money,
Right.
no matter what. You're
Whether
not
it's
getting
someone
mad
for you
about
or
it,
the
it's
county.
her or you, the
And
money
no-
has to
yeah,
be paid.
and no matter what, she's final, or she's
She
valued.
has the final say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, I would say that's how it's been done for years, and that's how the surrounding counties do it too.
Yeah.
And I can see what your point is. I mean, Yoga Township may have an assessor and they look at this as a value and then
Karen
you
looks
come
like she's
back.
got something on her.
I can see where there could be a conflict. I can see where there could be.
I mean, if you guys wanna change the rules, then that's perfectly fine, because you can change the rules to how you wanna have them. That's just how it's always been done, and that's how
Yeah.
surrounding counties do it, and so that's how.
But then it makes a conflict with the county, how things are assessed or valued.
Yes,
Yeah.
because then you've got, like Gob, he just turns in values,
Yeah.
turns in,
Measurements,
information.
yeah.
Data, and then you
So
still
that way,
make the
so that way
assessment.
the county does one valuation
Yeah.
on their,
So it's the same valuation no matter what township it is,
Yeah.
on given
Mhm.
yeah,
whatever
because
property.
that does also save on equalization factors. Because if you have a township assessor that assesses everybody one way, and then all of a sudden, she does everybody else a different way,
Yeah,
then the state's gonna look at that and say, well, I don't think these equal out, I'm gonna add a plus 125 on your township
oh,
to put it with the rest of everybody else.
to bring it up with the rest of the county.
Yes. That's why it's always been done by one person, so that way that factor doesn't get put on anywhere, it gets
Okay.
all the way across. Because the
Okay.
state eventually is the one who comes down and actually puts the final factor to say if all the townships are equally and assessed.
And that is exactly what happened about 5 years ago, when they started changing the values our way.
Probably.
Yeah. So the state
Yeah, because the
really
state
factors
eventually
in
has the final
They
say
have the
so on
final
whether
say
they
no
think
matter
that
what.
they're all together.
what, no matter what you guys.
Yeah, say if I ended up valuing everything and I like kind of upped everything a little bit because I thought it was just under assessed, but she kept the rest of the county the same way, then the state would come in and say, no, I don't think that's right. I think the rest of the county should be where Ashley's valuing at, and then they could come in and just put a factor on everybody
On
else.
all the rest of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
Because it
that's
hasn't been up for a
eventually
while.
what these small counties try to avoid.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there's a lot of complications here. There's a lot,
There is.
There are.
Well, I don't understand as to why it was so important that we hired her, and now all at once it's okay that we go the route that we thought we should have did in the first place.
I might be able to answer this.
Okay, let's revisit that.
What is important about that is the county is not set by statute on what they can charge. She could come in here and say she wants $6,000 to do it.
Yeah.
Whereas a contracted person is set by statute. There is no way they can go above that
We're
amount.
not talking about that. We are talking about.
No, that's the only thing.
That's exactly
No,
what
Exactly what I'm talking
no,
about.
we're not. No, No, we're not, because we were new when we come to this multi-township. I did not understand everything that was going on, and I'm still learning, and you know that for a fact that I'm still learning. And I appreciate everything I'm learning. I'm just saying that I particularly know I was told that this is the route we should go. Okay, I know you're talking about money. Money trumps everything. I completely understand about that. But why wasn't we told the fact that what we were thinking is okay instead of everybody jumping on us because we wouldn't agree with that because we didn't know?
Okay, I will explain that. Well, the part people are missing is the only way we can hire a data collector is if they have somebody that will sign off on their work. So if they don't have somebody to sign off, we can't hire them. For example, if, say I wanted to be a data collector and Mackenzie wouldn't approve signing off on me, you can't hire me because I can't do the work if she won't sign it. You've got to have the person
But
that is
data
approved.
collector was never brought up until I brought it up.
That's because there's nobody has done a data collector in years.
Right, but we hired somebody to do a job that didn't.
They did the job,
She did.
exactly as they were asked. Mackenzie just said it.
I think we really need to. We've discussed this.
But I'm gonna make one more point. The reason we got to this place to begin with is, it seemed it got lost. The very beginning, we were told that potentially we could pay $15,000 a year to collect this information and do the assessing.
I don't know where you ever got that from. I've never seen anything.
We got it from a
for
county,
$15,000.
actually.
Well, I had a county board member come to me personally and
They
told me that.
called
So
me.
that's exactly a fact.
Actually,
And I hope that's on video because that's a fact.
yes, that's 100%.
That's 100% fact. And the reason we did this to begin with
Is because of
is because of that. That's the only reason, that was the main reason we went to this.
Is there a reason you're streaming?
He's not, he talks loud.
That's the way I talk.
Is there a reason they're in the middle of a
Yes.
conversation?
We're still
I
in
can
public
talk.
comment.
We're
No public
open, so
comment.
you can be quiet too. Right back at ya. I'm not gonna put up with your attitude. I have one just as bad as you.
This is disgusting.
It is disgusting. Right back at you too.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you. Why are we calling them assessor when they're talking about all this other stuff? You're calling them assessor, now you're calling them data collector?
Exactly.
They're.
See what I'm saying?
Well, we were led to believe we had to have an assessor.
Yeah.
And now we're hearing that we can do it with a data collector.
You
But it
should
was also
follow the
was given a-
statute that says if an able-bodied person wants to be the assessor, we as a board have to have that person before we go elsewhere. There is a statute in Illinois
If
law.
there is
that
a
says-
contractor or an appointed person, they have first dibs before we go to the county.
And that's why we had to do that last year, because Ashley was interested. Years before.
Even though simplicity, it makes sense from what the information you just gave us, that the whole county would be done at the same evaluation. But the state statute takes precedence, from what I believe is the state statute would take precedence. But if we don't have anybody that's gonna take the position that is qualified, then we can come back to the county. From what I'm understanding.
Yeah, and I believe the statute is somewhere around 81 cents a parcel, and I mean, however many they would do, if that's what Mackenzie wanted to charge you at.
Mhm.
So, and that's probably where that big dollar
That
amount
big
came
dollar
from,
amount
because
probably came from.
if she wanted to come in and just reassess every parcel, you're looking at 81 cents or so. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure, I haven't looked at it.
That's probably how we got to
So
the
it has the potential.
12 to
It
15
has the
$15,000.
potential to be more than that.
Okay,
But
that's
if
how
she's
that,
willing now to do a flat fee,
then we're the same as we
then
were
you were
by
the same as you were
contracting and
before,
assessor.
because you still have a signed person to sign off on the information that the county is wanting to receive.
Correct.
The problem of the matter was, the county person had went to Steve and had said that he was going to up it so dramatic that we could not overcome it.
Oh.
Yes.
And if I will say before.
And that was the reason we were so panicked
Right.
at the time, and all of us together.
Before
We're
Steve was Eric Custer, and he paid an unsubstantial amount the year before you came
Yeah.
on as well.
Yeah.
That I don't believe the board even
Knew about it.
knew about it.
He just did it.
Yep.
So that's how this got to this point.
Yep.
Well, then Steve's looking at the money, saying, you're going to raise taxes if you keep that up.
There's no way we
And
can do
nobody's
that.
gonna want to do that.
Yeah,
So that's how we got to
They're
this
gonna come
point. That's how this happened.
And say, what the heck?
yeah.
All right, so at least, we're good. We've got Mackenzie saying 45 is
4,500,
good
yep.
for this year.
Yep.
And we'll keep that in our budget and levy and go forth with that. I mean, I guess that,
Can't get it just for 4?
Already lowered it for you once.
So,
sorry if we want to go ahead and vote
so
on that.
would we get so for sure you'll do it for 4,500, so that's for sure. So then we need a motion, if we're to accept that, at 4,500 for the county to do it.
I make the motion.
Okay. Carol makes a motion.
Second.
Deb seconds it.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do we need a roll call vote on that?
That wouldn't hurt.
Okay. Deb, what's your vote?
Yes.
Yes. Carol?
Yes.
Yes. And Steve, yes. Motion carried. Okay.
Any more public comments?
I just thank all the people that I went to knock on their door. I only had one person that was upset, like screaming at the time. But everybody, all 147 properties I went to, everybody was completely polite and nice, and so most of them said, it's about time you got here. It's been here for 4 or 5 years, But everybody within your county, your 2 counties was completely
Good.
obliged.
Appreciate.
Good thing they come to my house rather than 2.
I was expecting that when I was going through them. I was just waiting.
Sure, it's not an easy job for
Well,
you.
that's a very hard job because nobody really,
It's a
nobody really wants
thankless
that.
job.
It's a thankless
For
job.
sure. So we thank anybody
Well, we
that attempts to
appreciate-
do
we
this.
appreciate
To
you doing that,
Mackenzie,
and
yeah,
we
and
appreciate
Naomi
it. We appreciate it.
for helping.
I just saw the tape measure.
Waited till she
You're
made
the
sure the
chauffeur.
dogs were nice, yeah.
Get rid of the dogs.
Ready for the-
Yeah, from the dog.
There you go.
Okay, is there any more to do on that part of it?
No.
Okay.
So we're good with that.
Okay, so we'll just go back up to approving the financial report.
There's
Should
a
have it in
couple
front
of
of
these
you.
out there if anybody wants to take a look.
That's what we got up to date prior to today, of the information that I have. And we're showing a net at the moment of right around $942, and that is this year's revenue versus expense.
This was,
And the checking accounts are what was up to date at that time that I received the statements. So that would not be, those last checks would not have been deducted. As far as the checking balances or the savings account balance.
What is this reconveyance? Down at the bottom in the second sheet. That's something I don't know what
Wait, one
that's about.
Where are you looking at, Karen?
It's down here where it says amount adjustment.
Oh, reconveyance.
Yeah, reconveyance.
what did you say?
Down
I
here,
think-
down here,
I
I've
think-
never heard of that. so I'm
Okay.
not
Well, I
sure
think
what
if you
that
look across there, I think that that's back taxes that somebody paid late.
That's,
is. Well, I
yeah.
heard, but it.
I think that's what that is. It
How
looks
do you
like.
know?
What you looking at?
The reconveyance, is that back taxes?
Well, I mean,
looks
that's
like they
what it
finally-
says.
Yeah,
but
I think
It
that's,
doesn't make any sense.
no, it doesn't, but it looks like we finally got something
From this
from
person.
this person, yeah.
Is that back taxes from someone that owed?
$1.42.
Well, it says over here back tax.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's what it is, I mean, that's what it says, so.
I'd say they probably
Hey, Mackenzie or Ashley, anybody still out here? I got a question.
paid late and had to pay interest or
What is
something.
reconveyance?
Well, that could be, yeah, that could be.
I mean, I just
Just what was back tax
curious.
collected? Yes.
I think late charges are a lot more than that.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Thank you. That was interest from back taxes back to us.
Okay,
Good question.
yeah, that's a good question. And I don't recall honestly seeing it under the last time we got it. Maybe we didn't have one.
I
Unless
started
I had
saying
one.
maybe.
So
I
when we
think-
finally,
Yeah, I don't
finally
think we
get
have
the
one.
money.
Yeah, I don't think we don't think I've seen that previously.
I mean, I don't know,
But I did notice on this one, I just got it, and it just shows county interest at $12.07, which I don't know if that was on there last time or
Last
not.
time you there?
I'm not sure that it was, I don't know. But cumulative, looks like we took in $6,486.58. And I put that on the
Sheet here.
report,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Unless you have another question, we need a motion to approve that. You have approved it?
Second.
Carol seconds. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Okay, motion carried. Okay, now, as it turned out, thankfully our expenses
Yeah.
didn't go up on that part. I was worried. So, the last meeting we had discussed raising it 4.9.
Is that the average?
Yeah, that's the most we can
That's the most we
levy
can
up
do
to
it.
without a hearing.
Yeah.
I
Now,
went ahead and calculated it, but I mean, we're welcome to
we can change it or whatever we want to. As it turned out, we didn't.
You wanna look at what we did last year compared, but it's just literally raised 0.4.
Basically,
1%.
I think it was explained to me that the county would still raise it 2% or 3%, I think is what they said.
Remember
But it brings in any new construction that took place in the last year. It kind of pulls that in. It's still not going to go any more than what, 2-3%?
Yeah, the county will actually do the calculation for you that will drop it down because we're under P-TEL.
Yeah, so we won't actually get that.
But you do kind of want to go a little bit above the index because, like I said, there's new growth, new houses,
Right.
and you can recoup or gain all that new expansion without actually raising people's taxes. So that's what we do on our township.
Right, and I understood that, I just want
Yeah.
to make sure.
So it literally, this number, which is what the main number we levied last year, times 0.049, and it's this number. Which actually rounded up like it was at 60 cents or something, so I rounded to the
Okay,
nearest
so
dollar.
then, so how much did it go up overall then? Is that
It was 6,462, and now it's 6,779.
Okay.
So, yep, it was like $317.
And we'll probably get half of that, probably is what we'll actually probably get. Now, assuming nothing goes up, and since the county said that, that's good.
Yeah.
So we should still end up with, we had 942 this year prior to this.
We should have her say that that would be the number indefinitely until we change it.
It'd be nice.
Probably a year thing.
Walk her into a 5-year contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might be an idea next year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out and get her signature really.
Yeah, I think we do. Yeah, that was,
So then
that's what I've been worried about for a real long time.
personnel,
Did she fill
we've
it
had it at $200 for the
We'll
past
have
few
to
years.
get, we'll have to get a contract from her
Yes.
by email, and we'll have to,
Intergovernmental agreement.
Yep.
we'll have to have that.
There's one on TOY, I think,
Yeah,
so.
we'll have to get that, like, right away. Make sure we got it.
Personnel was at 200 the past 2 years, or for the numbers we had, I just put 219. Contractual services, it was at 5,623, I put 5,900. And then other expenditures was 629, I raised it 660.
But wasn't that higher before we came? Wasn't the meetings more, and then you guys found out you was
Yeah,
going to
correct,
action, and
correct,
we
yeah,
went back
yeah,
down right
yeah,
after we
yeah.
got here?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, we can still rearrange these numbers around,
Yeah.
but just in case we had extra meetings or something.
And we may need to,
And I think we did put that in the budget as well, I mean, we, in case there were extra meetings besides the few that we have.
That's another thing, didn't make sense to me.
Well, I know,
You've got money and you guys are getting it, and all at once we come in and whoo.
Well,
well, I never did get it. I mean, I was only on here just shortly before you was, so I was on the original.
I understand. You want to get paid for what you're doing, and you want it to be worth it. Unfortunately, all of these jobs are not worth it in some
Totally,
sense.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah.
I had to do a lot of stuff with the state, I had to do way more than you, And see,
Oh,
I'm not,
I
and I got the
don't
same
even
as
wanna
you did,
touch
so.
what she does, so.
I have said that about supervisors, it's,
Yeah.
y'all are underpaid.
Well, I'm not-
Every one of you.
But I mean, honestly,
but on this part it is, yeah.
And what we can do to remedy that, Carolyn, I don't know if we can put on, you know, an agenda, which we'll need to next
Need to
year.
go on the agenda to.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I'll see if we can call or message someone at TOI and see what they feel about the statute, because it does say $25, but
if that's the way it's supposed to be,
Right.
that's the way it's supposed to
Right.
be. But you know, it's this, and now at once it comes down to this, and I'm like, that just doesn't make sense.
I'm with you.
Okay.
right, and it just happened to be, we looked back in records and no one had
I'm with you
raised
on
it
that.
since 1998 or something like
And
that.
I mean, we do a lot in our lifetime that we do not get paid for.
I
We
understand.
donate a lot of time for everything, and, but,
I get it.
you know,
I'm with you.
we're doing a job for people
Right.
here,
I know.
so.
No, I'm with you. I'm not arguing.
Yeah, we're not against it.
No, we're not, I'm not against it at all.
We just want to abide by what we're supposed to at the same time and do right by the township. So, and I think that's why we're all here, is to do right by the township, so.
Right.
Do the best we can.
Yeah. Anyway, so next year we'll see if that is a possibility to up the pay.
Or we'll find out for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Then we can do something.
Yep, I agree. So anyway, if y'all want to think about it more, or take a look at it, but it's the standard, what
I'm
we've
good
been
with
doing, so.
I make a motion to approve it.
Carol makes a motion. Okay, Jim seconds. All those in favor? Motion carried. Okay.
We just had meeting date and times, I don't know if you need to just kind of keep it like we've been doing. We just gotta have the tentative budget meeting in November, the 30 days before, the actual budget.
And if all the books and everything are being cut here, and I'm not on the checkbooks and stuff like that, all I need is to get here.
You wanna keep it here and, well, you know, I kind of wondered, we still trying to be fair enough to flip flop it?
I don't do anything whenever you come to my building anyway, all you do is point and tell me what track I can sign. It just stays here.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I want you to be able to feel like you're part of the board.
We want.
You know, in all fairness, I think, I don't know, Steve, how you feel, but, you know,
If you guys do it within 150 days prior,
Yeah.
then you guys can appoint.
What's it say, huh?
It's
It
for the
said on
budget,
there,
or
150 days
for pay.
for your pay. That you
But
guys
it's still for
can.
the next term.
Yeah.
Right, and I understand that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just looked it up, as you said, but it said if you do it within 150 days, you can put the salary, what you guys feel is
So next
the right
November.
amount. It does
you
not
could-
say a certain.
We can put it on there, but it won't
You can
go
put it on there
until
next
2021.
If you want.
No, it definitely
It's
said
kind of like your
say
regular township.
Yeah.
so. No, it said,
And I understand that, and I just,
no, I want to make sure, and it said 150 days.
But it's still
I'm sorry,
No, no, no.
on,
Does everything I need.
I guess I wanna know, are you supposed to have another signature like we do on our Woodbury Township?
Multi-township, I
Okay,
checked on
that's what I'm
that.
asking.
Because that changed last year for us
I'm
clerks.
asking.
Yes, and I could pull up the email probably, I emailed Brian at TOI to see if it affected multi-townships, and it does not.
Okay, so we
So if
can,
Steve's not here, what happens?
We're screwed. We gotta go find him.
Okay.
so you don't leave, you don't.
I don't
Well,
know.
Right
if
here,
he'll-
I mean, you can look at it, it's all right here, I'm not good.
No, and I don't mean that, I'm
I know.
just, like I said,
I know.
Aaron knows above everybody that
I
I
know.
am trying to learn.
Sure, I
And
know,
that's,
I
I
know.
am
I know.
not gonna,
You
yes.
can't learn unless you ask
Listen,
questions.
we are all still learning, trust me.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah. I
that's
know.
why if you're
I know.
doing, if
I
you're
agree.
doing a township and then you go to a
I
multi-township,
know.
to me, this is more important than this. The multi-township, you're multi.
Well, as far as taxing
We're,
it is, for sure.
sharing the essential.
Yeah.
That's
So
what we're
I'm
doing.
like, why do we
Right.
not have to have another
Right.
signature?
Right, yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, I have
No, I know.
all this.
Well, they do that for townships now, Hillary does.
Yeah, we just talked about
stamp
that,
it.
yeah.
So I don't, yeah.
Oh, we have, well, I mean, we
Yeah, no, I
have
know, I
to, we
know.
have to both have.
It's
a-
not required.
Oh, it is
Double
not.
checked.
Let me look.
Okay, so you did check, okay.
And
For township?
for multi-township.
Okay.
But township,
Township is the
Okay,
two.
okay.
Yep, you're right.
probably because you don't have the same meetings.
My guess is
Or-
there's not as many multi-townships either, and they don't really care, is my opinion.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Because there's not a lot of
But you're right,
multi-townships anymore.
Carolyn, it is.
Yeah.
You,
It
if they do
doesn't
it for
make
one,
sense.
why are they not doing it for
Yeah.
both? So you have to keep questioning.
Yeah.
It's too many, it's
If
too
you ask,
questions.
that's what it is.
Yep, last year when we got that letter, I asked.
But,
'cause
and
we're
I
having our
believe
meetings.
you, but I have not been told this, and like I said, I don't like to sign my name if I don't know what I'm signing,
Right,
Yeah,
sure.
But
of
that's
course.
the only thing too, you gotta be smart about that.
you know, and
Yep.
so that's why I'm like, okay, now why is, and not, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, I know you behind the scenes too, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
why is his signature
I
on
agree
the
with you.
thing
Should.
and
Well, it protects Steve
no
too.
one else?
It also protects you.
Yeah, it would protect
I
me.
don't know if, well, no one's on the signature card probably with you, but I was gonna say, I don't know if like something happened to you, Keith Daters is the backup for
Yeah,
you.
Robert Township, yeah.
So I don't know if that's
What
something.
takes precedence?
Or do you
What
put
takes-
Deb on there, or what?
Well,
do we
Deb
do?
should be on it at that point.
We just need as a board. to
I
do
mean,
it.
I just, you know, we
Yeah, that's
had,
fine, I have no problem with that.
when
Well,
I
maybe you should
never,
just do that.
Well, she should definitely be on the card,
Signature card.
yeah.
Put her on that and then just both of you sign the check.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But then that also means Deb always has to be at the meetings also. You know, that way you both know that you can never
Or
miss.
I don't know if it would be something like, if something did happen to you, do we just hold an emergency meeting and then get her on the signature card? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Well, she should definitely, this is my opinion,
Yeah.
I mean, that way for sure, that if I wasn't here, she could for sure sign the checks, definitely,
I agree,
definitely on that.
I
mean,
agree.
I'm totally fine.
totally agree.
Yeah, I totally fine with
I mean, we do that in our personal
Sure,
lives.
sure.
So
Yeah,
why
yeah,
wouldn't you do that when you're
sure.
standing up for
it. Sure,
townships?
Townships,
sure.
yeah.
I think it's, no,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Well, I mean, we ran into problems like that whenever I was
Sure.
having my surgery for the
Yeah.
township, and I couldn't do things.
Yeah,
I mean, I was in the hospital having surgery and I didn't get a notice posted and I got in trouble. Okay? He's
Aaron,
He's
watch
grinning. He's grinning.
Jewett just
You
did theirs last
She
night.
just did the same thing last night.
Well, I don't care about you. You're talking about me. Like I tell you, when you're talking to me, you're talking about me, not nobody else.
So, do we need, let me think about this for a minute. Because where's it at? Neogra?
this is
Toledo?
at, this is at Toledo. This is at Toledo.
They'll need minutes showing that we approved Deb to be on the signature card, so it would have to be on an agenda.
Has to be on the agenda.
So
Make a
sometime
motion.
we just need to,
Put it on the agenda for a meeting,
Yeah.
and then we need to vote on it,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then she's on it.
okey dokey. Because you have no say in this, Deb.
We did this once, right?
Do it.
Talked about it every week.
And I was the one that wanted a short meeting.
Yeah, you did, didn't
You just had to get it out.
We're
It's
almost
okay.
there.
Hurry up.
Yeah, it was your question.
I gotta show my baby.
When it came to meeting dates and times, I just I personally feel like it's fair to flip-flop so that, you guys have the voting power this year, and then we do next year. You know what I'm saying?
The voting power has nothing to do with the building.
Okay, I just wanted to
Okay.
clarify that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I kinda
We're all
know
for
when
it,
all
supposed
this
to
started and we all kinda like chewed at each other's throats, it was because I was the clerk and I didn't get to vote.
That means next, you're getting to vote this year because I'm
Well, she
acting
did
as
vote
clerk.
this time.
Right,
So
and I
then next
understand
year,
that, that's
you would
why
just act
I
as
said,
clerk and I would be a trustee. You see what I'm saying?
it just, I mean, there's only 4 of us, it doesn't make sense.
It does not.
Again, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, well, it's so you don't have a stalemate. So to see if 2 people voted, 2 people voted, there's no way to break the tie, that's the reason. There's no way to break the tie, you have to have it, so you can break the tie, that's the only reason. That's the reason, because you got no way to break the tie.
Anyway, so, but you're wanting to have it here, or do you want to have it at your township?
I think it needs to be here, if everything's here.
So, but that's all right, the duties just switch every other year, you know what I'm saying? Is
So
that
we
good
just
with
do
you?
it here?
Whatever, that's up to y'all. Well,
I mean, are you gonna know his, or, I mean, if you don't.
I don't
have
do any of that
information,
anyway, they point and tell me what to write down.
I mean,
Okay, well,
I don't have any information.
I'll just have that you and I switch next year, you know, being clerk and trustee then, if that's good with you.
even if it's here, we'll still switch the vote.
We'll just switch the vote.
so next
Okay.
time we meet, I will be.
So you'll just act as
Yeah.
clerk.
Okay,
We'll
that
get you
way-
right.
We'll just have it here, but we'll just switch if that's okay.
Okay,
You're still gonna be
Well,
head of the meeting.
oh, well, she can be it, you can don't make it, so that's where, however you want to do it, don't matter.
okay, I'm looking at November 2020. I know you guys, you said your meetings are the second, like when county is or whatever. Other than that, like the week before, like we've been doing, is no problem, the first week of November. If you want to do it on Monday, get it over with. Okay,
What's that date?
November 2nd. Or Tuesday, it doesn't matter, whatever works with y'all.
November 2nd of next year?
Yeah.
Isn't that voting?
No, it's on a Monday.
Since
Clock's down.
at 6 still.
If that's what everybody wants it, I can work with
6
whatever.
is good, unless you.
That works with you, Den?
It is Monday.
Election day,
Huh?
It's a Monday. I just had to look.
election day says Tuesday.
Okay.
So November 2nd next year is good for the tentative budget. At Springpoint. And then, let's see, this is, December. You just have to do that the 2nd or after, so are you guys good with it being December 2nd as well? That way it would be easy to remember. It'd be on-
Thursdays.
It would be on a Wednesday instead though. I don't know if that affects anybody.
That's what you're away from.
That's the
Oh,
problem.
right now.
Yes, you have time at that particular point if you.
The only thing, like with tonight, why it was so urgent to do is the levies had to be passed by, before next Tuesday. So that's why we have to do it the first week of December.
Okay, so December 2nd.
December
Maybe we
2nd.
should move it up a week or something.
Well, the tentative budget has to be 30 days, for 30 days though.
But that issue, Thanksgiving week is a big issue, might be. Is that what you're saying?
Okay.
I mean, if you moved
You're
up a
right.
week, if you moved
Yeah.
up a week, which is fine, but it might be a problem.
It's probably a problem with
Could
me.
be a problem, yeah, could be a problem.
So is it November 2nd and December 2nd good
Both at
so
6.
far? Both at 6?
Okay.
Here? Okay.
Is that agreeable? Okay, we need a motion to set the dates. Second, Carol seconds. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Motion carried. Okay,
All right,
what else we got?
we just need to adjourn and go to our budget meeting, we'll be good.
Cheating.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Carol, turn, makes a motion to
Hold
adjourn
on.
at 6:43.
You're cold in here, I'll tell you that.
You were done second?
Deb, second? Okay, Deb, second. All those in favor?
Yes.
44.
6:44.
Okay.
Okay.
So we just do it right into our budget.
Okay, so you got minutes for that?
Sure do. Okay, the Springpoint Woodbury Multitownship Board met at the Woodbury Townhouse on Wednesday, December 5th, 2019. 2018. The purpose of this meeting was the adoption of the fiscal year 2019 multi-township budget. A special multi-township meeting is called to order at 8:02 p.m. First order of business is to adopt the fiscal year 2019 multi-township budget. The board briefly discussed the budget, thought it would be a good idea to amend the budget, moving the $800 that was to be reimbursed for assessment classes to township payroll. Hillary making a motion to approve the amended budget, with Steve seconding. Motion carried. The budget will be filed at the Cumberland County Clerk's office within 30 days of adoption. In new business, with approval of 2019 meeting dates and times on the agenda, Hillary made a motion for the 2019 meeting dates to be as followed. November 5th, 6 p.m. Springpoint Townhouse. December 5th, 6 p.m. Springpoint Townhouse, with Steve and Hillary acting as treasurer and clerk. Deb seconded, motion carried. There being no further business or public comments to come before the board, Deb moved, seconded by Hillary, to adjourn the meeting at 8:08 p.m. Motion carried.
Any additional changes? If not, I need a motion for approval. Second. Seconds. All those in favor? Motion carried.
Well, good news is if we keep this from just the tentative of what we did last month, everything should stay the same, because we did 4,500 in here for an assessor, whether who did it or not. So I don't know if you want to take a look at that or not, but everything else literally is the very similar. Is this good with everybody then?
Yeah.
Looks like the whole ending balance be 16,182. Like I said, with 4,500 as county doing the assessing for 2020. So, like I said, everything else staying the same. Insurance and
Issue hasn't moved up
Yeah.
for several, at least since we've been in.
publications and all that. So. Okay.
Jeff seconds. All those in favor?
Let's do a roll call on this one.
Deb, roll call. Okay. Deb? Yes.
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Steve? Carrie?
And I'll get all this stuff to Bev probably next week. So we'll get through it. I'll get you a copy of these though.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
behind.
That's all right. We'll get you caught.
Any public comments?
I'd say no.
No? Okay. Okay, so we need a motion to adjourn. Okay.
You got it.
Carol? Deb? All those in favor?
Yeah.
Okay.
6:48.
Okay, now,
Now there's your guy,
there you
girl.
go. Now, do we have two checks for 2 meetings, or is it one meeting?
It's, from what I know, is one meeting.
One meeting, okay, one on the check, okay.
I do need some autographs. Oh, he's got color. He's tan. You didn't have jaundice or anything? No? He's tan. His mom or dad nice and dark lighted now? Aww. Is this their first
Well, Lacey had
together?
2 kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aw, that's special. Are these ones that just got married not too long ago?
Yes.
Okay. It was a honeymoon baby this time. Oh, good.
What it was, the election.
And here's Dad.
Yeah, I gotta see this. You gotta have to do one of the side-by-sides.
Well,
When
I
Dad
want
was
to see back when Stephen,
So,
I only
but
had
what would you argue?
Well, everybody lived in the moment back then,
Yeah, I
right?
mean,
Probably 4 times.
Exactly.
yeah, I mean,
Right, now that's,
Well, I guess
but
it's
they're
still-
still precious.
Right,
and
that's
everything.
right.
Yeah.
But either way, still there's no surprise.
I know you guys seen these, so you know.
I did
you know,
see 'em.
You know.
I
so-
well, I was
I
just
still
admiring
enjoy
them. They took them over to see Grandma. and
Oh,
Grandma.
yes,
And
yes.
I didn't realize these failed really bad.
Yeah,
This
they're
is the
ready.
last time I seen
They're
them,
ready to call them
like a
hospice.
couple.
Yeah, they're
I
ready
mean,
to call
just
them
a few
hospice.
weeks ago.
Isn't that how the birth of
It's almost all you need.
Yeah, I thought he was getting Okay, you know, I knew he wasn't getting better, but I thought it was just
He's almost
enough.
eating. And then, you know, once they start on Murphy.
Well, yeah.
That's your trouble.
As soon as that happens,
It's a matter of,
So,
but, you know what, yeah, that's hard, especially this company, but you'll have to get a picture of them together.
they did, they were on
Okay,
their way
good.
home.
Good.
Oh, yeah, they were going on their way home, yeah. And,
I guess I don't, I just need Steve's.
We do have some stuff there.
this is Big Sister.
Oh, she's excited. How old is she?
Can I get a picture?
Okay, so like 12 or so.
The
Aw.
car sent me this
So
picture.
she's the oldest?
She's like,
Is she the oldest?
Yeah, she's the
Oh,
oldest.
she's gonna be mama,
Yeah.
right?
Did you see on Facebook with Carson's picture?
I didn't see Carson.
Didn't see
I
Carson.
seen Kaylin, but I didn't see
I
Carson.
sure did, I thought I did both of them at the same time.
Yeah, basically
So,
from.
But it was probably,
Oh, jeez. He is happy, isn't he? He probably always wanted him. You know how he just loves his brother.
you know what he did last night? Well, of course, you know,
Oh,
Macy's
that's a
still
good
got her
picture.
belly yet. And he's poking on her belly, and he says, is there another Houston in there? And she's like, no,
Do you
he's
wanna copy these rules?
over there, because Cindy was holding him. And he looks up and he says, please God, give us another baby.
Oh.
I thought Macy was gonna fall off the bed. She's
They
like,
don't have anymore?
they're not going to.
You have a copy.
They may.
Well,
I'll get you
yeah,
this.
but I don't know what they're gonna decide to do.
You know, it would be nice if
it
they,
would be nice to have that.
I mean,
I hate to say that, but it would be nice, even if
even
if they had another
they've got
Yeah,
3
I
kids
know,
though,
I
you know, and they are all.
You need to fix this, it's Carol Lynn, L-Y-N. You can have her Carol.
Okay.
I'll change it on here.
You say you've been called worse?
No, me too. His mom's Carol. And
Ah, so that's a habit.
So you gotta change
Yeah,
her whatever. I changed it on here.
While you're signing,
Okay.
come to the left and sign. One's for budget, one's for left.
Okay, do you need us for anything else?
Let me get you a copy of the budget.
Don't do that now? Okay.
Yeah, Will Scout.
And then I can copy the minutes or just send them to Deb's email as well.
We can wait on it, that's fine.
Okay.
So,
We're already doing so.
Yeah.
It's done.
I've already missed everything tonight.
No, you're fine.
Well, our son's 21st birthday, so he's wanting, I said, we want to meet him for a drink,
Well, yeah.
just at least, he went out last night too, he didn't turn 21 today, but somehow he got served last night at midnight.
We've got that up on the
I
right.
said, no, I just,
That's sly.
yeah. But anyway, he said, I think I'm gonna take it a little bit easy tonight. He goes, I don't feel so good.
That's right.
Yeah, welcome to game 21 Sunday.
Yeah, we're on the road. So it still shows here. I don't know, probably wrong.
I'm gonna have to have a minute check on this week.
Well, it's also like right here at 9, where am I at? Right here.
This is,
Right here.
You see mine
That was right there,
has
you know, right there.
t-shirts, you see my post today. He says, right back there.
That feels right.
that goes wrong, yeah. So this
And
is,
she's like, I get us into trouble, and it's little horns, and it says, I get us out of trouble.
That's an unpaved public road.
yeah.
It's
It's
just
just
like,
supposed to be checking on it, because I got some drainage
It's like this one
issues
right
coming
here.
off of that field.
you know what that one is, right?
Yeah, that's
No,
where the,
no, not that one. Yeah, from here.
so that's, I don't, oh, yeah, that's all on river bottom, right?
See how it's marked?
Yeah, I know,
Unpaved.
rock, yeah.
No, rock is a slash.
Rock
line.
is the, I think it's a hatch.
Yeah, like this. Yeah, it's this one.
That's
Sorry.
You made it even out.
Because I used to use this road,
I would do
and
it.
I did
this one
too.
here, up until the bridge went out.
No, my day off. Or Saturday.
I'll show you, if you want Saturday,
Yeah,
what
okay.
day to get off.
It's just, sometimes,
You might have
sometimes
pulled the
I'm
bridge or shut down the bridge, but it's not, it's still
Oh, so they
private, or
just
public
tell
all the way.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice,
Because they never held like.
Well, I mean, if I tell her like, hey, I'd like to.
I would rather have the never Friday.
Well, actually, I get Fridays a lot.
The only reason I know this is because I want my
Well,
road
that
to
would
close.
be
I
bad.
know.
all.
We're Monday sometimes.
That's what I need to
Oh,
say.
Monday would be nice, actually, Monday would be.
This
nice.
might-
If I can, Mondays, I like it.
Yeah, Monday would be nice, too, then you get along with it.
Hope I got a lot of drink coming off
Yeah.
of it, and I told him.
But you don't think that's
I
it?
was under the impression. It is, right here in the corner especially. I was under the impression this was the train. Down, yeah, so you just change that.
Are you guys complicated or what?
No, we never go down just because we get ready to.
If I find out that.
Well,
my road-
it's more so that
It's yours, but it's yours.
too many things happen in the winter time, like, you know,
This year goes back
tanks freezing
Due to the
and
game.
electricity going off, and so we have to
Go
go
out
this
with
right
your
now.
animals.
Exactly.
You know where the game is, right up here, Howell's Nest.
No.
We're actually oiled now, it just doesn't register on this map. We're oiled all the way up here, and then it's dirt for the rest of
We'll
the
see what that means.
Another one
Figured
is
out
dirt
yours
road
should
out
be
there.
all yours.
That, a little worrisome, we was hearing the blood pressure.
Right here.
Oh, honey,
It shows,
We were kind of keeping informed on that.
which is what it is. That's if you go up this road and first road left.
Yeah, everybody probably will delete me off Facebook by the time they get rid of
Oh,
it.
no, they won't. No, they
Hey,
won't.
it's New Market, you did it.
Yeah, but that's.
Carolyn, did you get to stay in there while she had it, or
Another
did
one is
she?
Kate.
No, Mommy, her mom and Steven is in there.
I wondered, I didn't
That's
know.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was my daughter, I would have wanted.
Yeah,
Well, no, I
You know,
guess.
Yeah, but she feels like you're a mom too.
Yeah,
I mean, I know she does.
Oh, I know,
I
I
mean, she does. She,
mean, she
Right
made,
here,
she
right
made
here,
a
very
comment
close
today
to
to
us.
my really dear friend about how blessed those kids are to have us.
yeah, I
And I'm
know
like,
she's,
I
I know
love
she
them
feels.
just as much as I do.
Oh, you do,
And
yeah,
we-
you
I
don't
know
think
that.
anything different.
We can see that.
No, you see that you love them.
We can see
They're
that.
no different.
Well, like here's our gravel.
I mean, I hate when people stay step and.
I have stepmother,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
The stop sign right next to the
I
road.
know. My
So we see it from the
stepmom,
different perspective.
Yeah.
she treats me like a mom,
Yeah.
even probably more so than my mom.
Well, that's
I
what
got
happens
one
to
more
me,
that's
is my dad didn't have anything to do with
I
it.
just
After I
haven't
was
seen
11,
that.
my
Looks like when they
stepdad
mowed, they knocked it
raised me.
down.
Since
You
I
had
was
that for a person.
Yeah, see, me and
Yeah,
Robert's
my
got into it
stepmom
over his road.
raised
So,
me, my dad
Same
raised
thing.
my dad, and hers got divorced.
You appreciate it.
Public road.
I live with her.
I don't know how Jack got that on the books,
It
but.
doesn't
No,
matter.
Yeah,
that's
she
not
went with her
mine.
stepmom.
I went with my stepmom, I didn't say my dad.
Is that everything?
I
Are we
think
done?
so.
Okay.
Yeah, I
She's
just.
got a copy of the Cindy budget and.
Well, like I said, I'm just lost and I
Been
want
on the way.
to, I want to know what's going on.
I want you to know, seriously,
So,
last year, I've been in it for probably 6 years now. Last year is the first year the levy finally clicked with me. Otherwise, I had nothing.
and you deal with it.
Do you understand what we said?
Exactly, so do not feel bad.
I mean,
I know how it all works and all, I don't make
Honestly,
them out
just don't.
or attorney does.
Well, there's too
Take it with a grain of
much
salt.
to it, and the problem of it is Multitownship does not stay with the township.
You guys.
It's confusing.
Multitownship, like you said,
It's
it should be the
it's
same pay, it shouldn't change.
Well,
Why
that's
are
the way
they
it
making
was.
it difficult?
yeah, that's why I'm like,
That's the
wait
way
a
it
minute.
was.
Just
And then,
because we
if it
should
wasn't for
be,
that,
It
if it
should
wasn't
not
for that
change.
statute,
Yeah.
it was in there, and there was nobody ever made a motion in between.
You can point fingers to that one. for
well,
finding-
I pointed my finger, he knows, I pointed my finger a lot at him.
Well, I mean, it's good that he knows
Well,
that stuff.
he did it right.
Or something, please.
Paperclip?
Yeah.
Yeah, issues.
But
He's making sure we're doing it right, which is good,
Well, and that's what I
but,
told
yeah, it's
you.
good, it's good.
Somebody can always.
And
Just
if somebody
the
ever comes
same
back-
thing happened to us, they said,
Because
here you go,
technically
figure it out.
receiving money that is not.
So-
If somebody comes back, we did the
But it
best
doesn't
we
have
could do.
everything
We
online.
did the best we
All
could do.
my crap was left on my back doorstep.
Then that's
Yep.
considered.
Right.
None of those
Well,
told me
and
to do
and
squat.
Jeff said, I said, my
What's
son,
your chair?
I mean, you had no way of
You
knowing
should not
that.
have done that.
I luckily got a briefcase with a
That's
note.
why I'm asking questions and,
Anytime, ask me, because I will share
because I don't
anything.
understand. And if I don't understand, I'm gonna ask questions.
If I don't understand, I go
You
usually
need help?
again.
I do. Thank you.
I like asking questions too.
I sat a little while there, guys. so-
Oh, I'm sure, yeah, a couple days.
Well, I just got released from my knee doctor Monday and,
So your timing was about as,
oh, yeah,
Impeccable.
yeah, yeah, that's right.
yeah.
I
So,
know
okay.
Deb had asked about, we still could have had it without you here, but I'm glad you're able to come.
Yeah. Lot better.
I gave up my baby for you guys.
Well, we love you too, Carolyn.
All right, guys, see you later.
Take care, take
See
care,
you later.
Just kind of stay beside me until we get to the car.
take care.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, I forgot to give you a paper.
Oh, okay,
There you go.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You'll hold my hand.
You guys make such lovely videos.
Oh, I'm sure. I was getting.
Did you guys even catch it?